The unexpected arrival. The sky above New Terra Colony blazed with an unnatural light, bathing the settlement's geodesic domes in an eerie purple glow. Dr. Samantha Chen, lead xenobiologist of the human outpost, squinted through the reinforced windows of the command center, her heart racing as she watched the massive alien vessel descend through the swirling atmosphere. "They're not supposed to be here," muttered Captain Ramirez, his weathered face creased with worry. "First contact was scheduled for next year. We're not ready." Samantha nodded, her mind racing through possibilities. The colony of 5,000 souls had been established on this distant world just 3 years ago, the first step in humanity's grand plan to spread across the stars. They had known they weren't alone in the universe. Intercepted transmissions had made that clear, but no one had expected direct contact so soon. The alien ship, easily 10 times the size of their largest habitat dome, settled onto the red-tinged soil of the landing zone. Its sleek, almost organic lines reminded Samantha of a giant nautilus shell, albeit one crafted from an iridescent metal unknown to human science. "All department heads, report to the command center immediately." Ramirez barked into the colony-wide comm system. "This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill." Within minutes, the room filled with the colony's leadership. Dr. Elias Okafor, the chief engineer, arrived breathless, his dark eyes wide with a mix of fear and excitement. Close behind came Dr. Yuki Tanaka, head of agriculture, and Zoe Fletcher, the colony's young but brilliant head of communications. "What's the plan, Captain?" Zoe asked, her fingers already dancing across her datapad, no doubt preparing to document this historic moment. Ramirez took a deep breath, squaring his shoulders. "We stick to protocol. Dr. Chen, you'll lead the welcome party. Dr. Okafor, I want you monitoring every scrap of data we can gather about their tech. Dr. Tanaka, prep the diplomatic quarters. Let's hope they're not too alien to appreciate our hospitality. Fletcher, you're our voice. Every word exchanged gets recorded and analyzed." As the team rushed to prepare, Samantha felt a flutter of anticipation in her stomach. This was the moment she had trained for her entire life, the reason she had left Earth behind. First contact, the beginning of a new era for humanity. The alien vessel's hull shimmered, and a section seemed to melt away, forming a smooth ramp. Samantha straightened her uniform, checked her translator one last time, and stepped out into the harsh sunlight of New Terra. 3 figures glided down the ramp, their movements fluid and graceful. They stood nearly 8 feet tall, with bodies that seemed to shimmer between solid and translucent. Multiple limbs, Samantha counted 6, moved with eerie coordination. Their heads were elongated, with no discernible eyes, but a series of ridges that pulsed with bioluminescent light. Samantha took a deep breath and spoke the words she had rehearsed countless times, praying her translator would convey their meaning. "On behalf of humanity and the people of New Terra Colony, I bid you welcome. We come in peace and friendship." The central alien figure pulsed with a riot of colors. A melodic series of clicks and whistles filled the air, and Samantha's translator crackled to life. "We are the Scuthrol. Your presence here is unexpected. Explain yourselves quickly. The fate of your species may depend on it." Samantha's mind raced. This wasn't the friendly exchange they had hoped for. She glanced back at the command center, where she knew her colleagues were watching, their futures, perhaps the future of all humanity, hanging on her next words. "We are explorers," she began, choosing her words carefully. "We seek knowledge and peaceful coexistence with all sentient life. Our colony here is young, established to learn about this world and to grow alongside it. We had no intention of trespassing or causing offense." The aliens conferred among themselves, a rapid-fire exchange of whistles and color patterns that left Samantha feeling dizzy. Finally, the leader turned back to her. "Your claim of peaceful intent is noted, but actions speak louder than words, little ones. We have observed your kind from afar. Your history is one of conflict, of destruction. Why should we believe you are different here, so far from your homeworld? Samantha felt a chill run down her spine. They had been watched, studied. Humanity's violent past was coming back to haunt them at the worst possible moment, but she also saw an opportunity. It's true, our history is not without darkness, she admitted, but it is also a story of growth, of learning from our mistakes. Each generation strives to be better than the last. We came here not to conquer, but to understand, to become part of something greater than ourselves. She gestured to the domes behind her. In this colony, we have people from every corner of Earth working together. Scientists, engineers, farmers, all united in the pursuit of knowledge and a better future. We would be honored to share what we have learned and to learn from you in return. The alien leader's color patterns shifted to a deep, pulsing blue. Pretty words, human, but words are wind. We require proof of your intentions. Name your challenge, Samantha said, surprising herself with her boldness. Whatever test you set, we will meet it. We've come too far to turn back now. The alien's form shimmered, and Samantha could have sworn she saw something like approval in its posture. Very well. We will give you one planetary rotation to prepare. Tomorrow, we will return with a series of trials. Pass them, and we may consider your presence here tolerable. Fail, and you will leave this world, immediately and permanently. With that, the aliens turned and glided back into their ship. The ramp melted away, and within moments, the massive vessel rose silently into the sky, vanishing as quickly as it had appeared. Samantha stood rooted to the spot, her mind whirling. They had bought themselves some time, but at what cost? What kind of trials could an advanced alien species devise, and how could their fledgling colony hope to pass them? As she turned back to the command center, she saw the faces of her colleagues pressed against the windows. Their expressions mirrored her own mix of fear and determination. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. The future of humanity among the stars depended on it. Clash of cultures. The command center of New Terra Colony hummed with nervous energy as the leadership team gathered to strategize. Captain Ramirez paced the length of the room, his usual stoic demeanor cracking under the pressure of their predicament. "Oh, right, people," he said, coming to a stop at the head of the conference table. "We've got less than 24 hours to prepare for trials we know nothing about. I need ideas, and I need them now." Dr. Elias Okafor cleared his throat. "Captain, if I may, we should focus on showcasing our adaptability. It's one of humanity's greatest strengths. Whatever challenges they throw at us, we need to demonstrate our ability to think on our feet and find creative solutions." Zoe Fletcher nodded enthusiastically. "Agreed, and we should emphasize our diversity." The Scathral seemed concerned about our history of conflict. "We need to show them how people from different backgrounds can work together harmoniously." "Good points," some of them chimed in. "But we also need to consider the possibility that these trials might not be what we expect. The Scathral are clearly far more advanced than us technologically. We can't outmatch them there. We need to think about what makes us uniquely human." The room fell silent as everyone pondered her words. It was Dr. Yuki Tanaka who spoke up next, her voice soft but determined. "Our empathy," she said, "our ability to connect with and understand others, even those very different from ourselves, that's something special about humanity." Captain Ramirez nodded slowly. "All right, we've got a starting point. Chen, I want you leading our response team. Okafor, prep our best and brightest from engineering. Tanaka, gather a group that showcases our diversity. Fletcher, you're our communicator. Whatever happens, we need to make sure our intentions are clear." As the meeting dispersed, Samantha felt a mix of pride and apprehension. They had come so far, achieved so much in establishing this colony. Now it all hung in the balance. The next morning dawned clear and crisp, the alien sun painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. The colonists gathered in the central plaza, a sea of anxious faces turned towards the sky. Right on schedule, the Scuffle ship appeared, descending with impossible grace to land in the same spot as before. This time, 5 aliens emerged. The leader from yesterday was joined by 4 others, each pulsing with different patterns of bioluminescence. Samantha stepped forward, flanked by her chosen team. "Greetings," she said, hoping her voice sounded steadier than she felt. "We are ready for your trials." The alien leader's colors shifted rapidly. "Very well, humans. We have devised 3 tests to evaluate your worth. Each will assess a different aspect of your species. Succeed in all 3, and we will consider allowing your presence here. Fail even one, and you must leave immediately." Samantha nodded, acutely aware of the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. "We understand. What is our first challenge?" The leader gestured, and one of the other aliens stepped forward. Its body shimmered, and suddenly, a holographic projection appeared in the air between them. It showed a complex, 3-dimensional puzzle, with pieces that seemed to shift and change as they watched. "Your first trial is one of intellect," the alien explained. "Solve this puzzle within the time limit, and you may proceed to the next challenge." Samantha turned to her team, seeing determination in their eyes. Dr. Okafor stepped forward, his fingers already twitching as he analyzed the hologram. "I've got this," he said confidently. As Okafor began manipulating the holographic pieces, Samantha noticed something odd. The puzzle seemed to be reacting not just to his physical movements, but to his thought processes as well. She realized with a start that this was no ordinary test. It was probing the very way humans think. Minutes ticked by, each feeling like an eternity. Okafor's brow furrowed in concentration, his hands dancing through the air as he rearranged pieces with increasing speed. Just when it seemed he might run out of time, there was a flash of light, and the puzzle resolved itself into a beautiful, symmetrical structure. The aliens conferred among themselves, their colors pulsing rapidly. Finally, the leader turned back to Samantha. "Impressive. You have passed the first trial, but do not celebrate yet. The next challenge will test more than your minds." With a gesture, the leader caused the ground beneath their feet to shimmer and change. Suddenly, the human team found themselves standing on what appeared to be a narrow bridge spanning a bottomless chasm. The bridge itself was translucent, its surface constantly shifting and reforming. "Your second trial is one of courage and trust," the alien announced. "Cross this bridge together. If even one of you falls, you all fail." Samantha looked at her team, seeing a mix of fear and determination on their faces. This was more than a physical challenge. It was a test of their ability to work together under extreme pressure. "We've got this," she said, trying to project confidence she didn't entirely feel. "Link arms. We move as one." They formed a human chain, with Dr. Tanaka at the front and Zoe Fletcher bringing up the rear. As they took their first tentative steps onto the bridge, Samantha felt it shift beneath her feet. It was like walking on a living thing, each step requiring constant adjustment. Halfway across, disaster struck. A section of the bridge suddenly vanished beneath Dr. Tanaka's feet. She let out a cry of alarm, starting to pitch forward into the abyss. Without hesitation, Okafor and Samantha tightened their grip, hauling her back to safety. "I've got you," Samantha reassured her. "We all do, one step at a time." Slowly, carefully, they made their way across. When they finally reached the other side, Samantha realized she had been holding her breath. They had done it. 2 trials down, 1 to go. The alien leader's colors pulsed with what Samantha hoped was approval. "You have shown courage and unity. But your final trial will test something far more fundamental. Are you prepared?" Samantha looked at her team, saw the same mix of exhaustion and determination she felt herself. "We are," she said firmly. The alien gestured, and suddenly, they were surrounded by holographic projections. Scenes of Earth's history played out around them, moments of great achievement juxtaposed with terrible conflicts. The moon landing next to images of war, great works of art alongside environmental destruction. "Your final trial," the alien leader announced, is one of honesty and self-reflection. We have observed your kind for many of your years. We have seen your potential for both great good and terrible destruction. Tell us, humans, why should we trust you with the power to spread among the stars? Samantha felt the weight of all human history pressing down on her. This was the real test, not of their intelligence or their physical abilities, but of their character as a species. She took a deep breath, knowing that her next words could determine the fate of humanity's future in space. "We are not perfect," she began, her voice growing stronger as she spoke. "Our history is filled with mistakes, with conflict, with times we've fallen short of our ideals. But that same history shows something else, our capacity to learn, to grow, to become better than we were." She gestured to the images surrounding them. "Yes, we've had wars, but we've also created art that touches the soul. We've damaged our planet, but we've also developed technologies to heal it. Every mistake has taught us, pushed us to be better." Samantha looked each alien in turn, hoping they could understand the emotion behind her words. "We come to the stars not to conquer, but to connect, to learn, to become part of something greater than ourselves. Our greatest strength isn't our technology or our intellect, it's our ability to empathize, to see ourselves in others, even those very different from us." She spread her arms, encompassing her team, the colony, all of humanity in her gesture. "We are explorers, dreamers, builders. We have come too far to turn back now. The stars have called to us throughout our history, and now that we can finally reach them, we do so with hope and humility. We don't ask you to ignore our flaws, but to see our potential. Give us a chance, and we will show you the best of what humanity can be." As Samantha finished speaking, she realized the holographic images had faded away. The alien leader stood motionless, its colors cycling through a range of hues she couldn't begin to interpret. The silence stretched on, becoming almost unbearable. Finally, the leader spoke. "You have given us much to consider, humans. Return to your dwelling places. We will deliver our judgment when this world's sun next rises." With that, the aliens retreated to their ship, leaving Samantha and her team standing alone in the plaza. As the colonists erupted in a babble of questions and speculations, Samantha felt a glimmer of hope. They had done all they could. Now they could only wait and see if it was enough to secure humanity's place among the stars. The human advantage. The alien sun crept over the horizon, painting New Terra's sky in a breathtaking array of purples and oranges. The colony buzzed with nervous energy, every human acutely aware that this sunrise could be their last on this world. As the Sci-Fi ship descended once more, its crystalline surface refracting the dawn light into a dazzling display, Samantha Chen steeled herself for what was to come. The aliens emerged, their bioluminescent patterns pulsing with an intensity that seemed to match the gravity of the moment. The leader glided forward, its form shimmering between solid and translucent. "Humans," it began, its melodic clicks translated into crisp English. "We have deliberated on your performance in our trials and your impassioned plea for your species. Our decision was not unanimous." A ripple of tension passed through the assembled colonists. Samantha felt Captain Ramirez stiffen beside her, while Zoe Fletcher's fingers hovered anxiously over her datapad. The alien continued, "Your intellect is impressive, your courage admirable, but it is your final trial that has given us the most to consider. Your honesty in acknowledging your flaws, coupled with your unwavering hope for the future, is unexpected." The alien's form shifted, and suddenly, a holographic display sprang to life around them. Images of Earth's history flashed by, ancient battles, modern marvels, environmental disasters, and breathtaking works of art. "We have observed your kind for many of your years," the alien explained. "We have seen your capacity for both creation and destruction. It is a duality that fascinates and terrifies us in equal measure." The images coalesced into a single striking visual, a human hand reaching out to clasp an alien appendage. "We have decided," the Scuffroll leader announced, "to offer you a challenge. Not a test, but an opportunity. a chance to prove that your words match your actions. Samantha's heart raced. This was unexpected, a deviation from the simple pass-or-fail scenario they had anticipated. "We're listening," she said, her voice steady despite her inner turmoil. The alien's colors shifted to a deep, pulsing blue. "There is a crisis unfolding on a nearby world. A sentient species, younger even than yourselves, faces extinction. Their planet is dying, ravaged by a cosmic event beyond their control. We have the power to save them, but we have chosen not to interfere." A murmur rippled through the human crowd. Samantha's mind reeled at the implications. "You're asking us to help them," she ventured. "We are offering you the chance to do what we will not," the alien corrected. "To put your grand words about empathy and connection into action. If you choose to aid this species, we will provide you with the means to reach them. But know this, the task is monumental, the risks severe. Failure could mean not only the extinction of that species, but potentially your own as well." Captain Ramirez stepped forward, his face a mask of determination. "And if we succeed?" The alien's form shimmered. "If you succeed, you will have proven yourselves worthy not just of this world, but of a place among the galactic community. Your actions will demonstrate whether humanity truly has the wisdom and compassion to wield the power of the stars responsibly." Samantha felt the weight of the moment pressing down on her. This wasn't just about New Terra anymore. This was a chance to prove humanity's worth on a cosmic scale. She turned to her fellow colonists, seeing a mix of fear, excitement, and resolve on their faces. "We need to discuss this," she said to the scuffed-roll leader. "How long do we have to decide?" "Time is of the essence," the alien replied. "The species we speak of has, by our calculations, less than one of your Earth years before their planet becomes uninhabitable. You have until this world's sun sets to give us your answer." With that, the aliens retreated to their ship, leaving the humans to grapple with a monumental choice before them. Samantha turned to her team, her mind racing. "Command center, now," she ordered. "We need to make a decision that will shape the future of our entire species." As they hurried to the colony's nerve center, Samantha couldn't help but feel a surge of pride mixed with her apprehension. The Scuffroll had given them an impossible choice, a challenge that would test not just their technology or their courage, but the very core of what it meant to be human. "All right, people," Captain Ramirez said as they gathered around the holographic display in the command center. "We've got less than 12 hours to decide the fate of not one, but 2 species. I need options, and I need them now." Dr. Elias Okafor spoke up first, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "Captain, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Think of the technological advancements we could make with Scuffroll assistance. We could leap forward centuries in our development. At what cost?" Dr. Yuki Tanaka countered. "We're talking about risking everything we've built here, maybe even Earth itself, for a species we know nothing about." Zoe Fletcher, who had been furiously taking notes, looked up. "But isn't that exactly what we came out here to do? To explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger than ourselves." Samantha listened to the debate raging around her, her mind whirling with possibilities. This was humanity's moment of truth, their chance to prove that they were more than their violent history, more than a species consumed by self-interest. "We have to do it," she said finally, her voice cutting through the argument. All eyes turned to her. "This is what sets us apart. Our willingness to help others, even at great cost to ourselves. It's the best of what humanity can be." Captain Ramirez nodded slowly. "I agree, but we need a plan. We can't go into this blind." For the next several hours, the command center was a hive of activity. Engineers pored over theoretical designs for evacuation ships. Xenobiologists speculated on the possible biology of the endangered species. Logistics experts calculated supply needs for a mass evacuation. As the alien sun began to dip towards the horizon, Samantha stepped out of the command center, her team behind her. The Scuffroll ship gleamed in the fading light, a silent sentinel awaiting their decision. The alien leader emerged as they approached. "You have reached a decision," it asked, its colors pulsing with what Samantha thought might be curiosity. Samantha took a deep breath, feeling the weight of all humanity resting on her next words. "We have," she said. "We choose to accept your challenge. We will do everything in our power to save this species." The alien's form shimmered, its colors shifting rapidly. "Intriguing," it said after a moment. "You choose to risk everything for those you have never met. This is not a choice we would have made." "It's who we are," Samantha replied. "At our best, humans don't turn away from those in need, no matter the risk to ourselves. We're ready to prove that to you and to ourselves." The alien leader's colors stabilized into a deep, pulsing blue. "Very well. Prepare yourselves, humans. Tomorrow, we will provide you with the knowledge and means to reach the imperiled world. Your greatest challenge awaits." As the alien retreated and the sun finally dipped below the horizon, Samantha turned to her team. Their faces showed a mix of fear and determination, mirroring her own emotions. "Get some rest," she told them. "Tomorrow, we make history. Tomorrow, we show the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of." As the team dispersed, Samantha looked up at the unfamiliar stars twinkling in the alien sky. Somewhere out, there was a world in crisis, a species on the brink of extinction, and humanity, in all its imperfect glory, was their last hope. The real test, she realized, was just beginning. Operation Stardust Salvation. As the first light of dawn painted New Terra's sky in hues of electric blue and neon pink, the colony hummed with an energy that bordered on the supernatural. Today was the day humanity would embark on its greatest adventure yet, a mission to save an entire alien civilization from cosmic annihilation. Dr. Samantha Chen stood at the heart of the colony's improvised mission control, her eyes darting between holographic displays that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Around her, a team of Earth's finest minds worked with a fervor that would make even the most dedicated K-pop fanbase look lazy. "All right, squad," Samantha announced, her voice carrying the weight of billions of human souls. "It's time to show the universe that humanity isn't just a cosmic meme. We're about to drop the hottest interstellar rescue mission this side of the Milky Way." Captain Ramirez, looking like he'd just stepped out of a sci-fi blockbuster, nodded grimly. "Operation Stardust Salvation is a go. Let's make Earth's Twitter feed explode with pride." As if on cue, this guttural mothership descended from the clouds, its crystalline surface refracting sunlight in a display that would make any EDM festival jealous. The alien leader emerged, its bioluminescent patterns pulsing like a living TikTok filter. "Humans," it began, its voice a symphony of clicks and whistles, "we have prepared the quantum fold drive that will transport you to the imperiled world. But beware, the journey will test the very fabric of your reality." Zoe Fletcher, her fingers flying over her holographic keyboard faster than a YouTuber's apology video, looked up with a mix of excitement and terror. Did they just say quantum fold drive? That's so fetch. Dr. Elias Okafor, already elbow-deep in alien tech that made Earth's most advanced computers look like abacuses, grinned like a mad scientist. "Oh, it's fetch all right. We're about to break the internet, and possibly the space-time continuum." The next few hours were a blur of activity that would put any viral challenge to shame. Engineers jury-rigged Earth tech with alien components, creating hybrid machines that looked like they belonged in a fever dream collab between Elon Musk and H.R. Giger. Xenobiologists synthesized vaccines for diseases that didn't even exist yet, while logistics experts played the ultimate game of Tetris, fitting supplies for two civilizations into ships that seemed to bend the laws of physics. As the moment of departure approached, Samantha addressed the assembled team. The air crackled with an electricity that had nothing to do with the alien tech surrounding them. "Listen up, Earth's finest," she began, her voice carrying the determination of 1,000 motivational speaker. "Quantum leap of faith." The quantum fold drive hummed with an energy that made the air taste like lightning and memes. As the human rescue fleet prepared to make the jump that would either save a civilization or become the galaxy's most epic fail, tension in the command ship could be cut with a lightsaber. Dr. Samantha Chen, looking like she'd stepped out of a sci-fi cosplay competition and won, took a deep breath. "All right, team, we're about to yeet ourselves across the cosmos. If anyone needs to update their space Instagram, now's the time." Captain Ramirez, his face set in an expression that screamed, "I'm too old for this quantum shit," nodded grimly. Initiating Operation YOLO Stardust. May the memes be with us. As the countdown began, Zoe Fletcher's fingers danced across her holo keyboard, live streaming humanity's greatest flex to every device on Earth. "We're about to break the internet harder than that dress debate," she muttered. 3. The engines pulsed with energy that made dubstep look tame. 2. Dr. Okafor crossed himself, then made the Vulcan salute for good measure. 1. Samantha closed her eyes, silently praying to any deity, alien or meme lord that might be listening. Yeet. The universe seemed to hiccup. Reality folded in on itself like a cosmic origami master had a seizure. For a moment that lasted an eternity and no time at all, the rescue fleet existed everywhere and nowhere. Then, with a pop that would put any ASMR video to shame, they emerged. "Holy Mother of Keanu," Zoe breathed, her eyes wide as saucers. "We're here." Before them hung a planet that looked like Mother Nature had a bad acid trip. The atmosphere swirled with colors that shouldn't exist, while continents shifted like screensavers gone rogue. "Life signs?" Samantha asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Dr. Tanaka, looking slightly green, which clashed horribly with her blue skin, nodded. "Billions, but they're fading fast. This planet's gone full 2020 on them." "Right," Samantha said, straightening her shoulders. "Time to slide into their DMs and offer them a cosmic Uber." As the fleet descended towards the dying world, the comm system crackled to life. A voice, alien yet filled with a desperation that transcended species, came through. "Unknown vessels," it said, the translation software working overtime. "If you've come to clap our alien cheeks, get in line. We've got bigger problems." Samantha couldn't help but grin. Maybe these aliens weren't so different after all. "We're not here to clap cheeks," she responded. "We're here to save them. Consider this a planetary block party, and Earth's brought the getaway cars." For a moment, there was silence. Then, "Are you gods?" Samantha looked at her team, saw the same mix of determination, fear, and what the actual fuck on their faces that she felt herself. "No," she said finally. "We're human, and we're about to show you why that's even better." As the ships began landing procedures, Samantha felt a wave of emotions that would put any reaction video to shame. They had crossed the cosmos, defied the laws of physics, and were about to attempt the biggest speedrun in galactic history, evacuating an entire civilization before their planet went full Alderaan. "All right, humans," she said, her voice carried to every member of the expedition. "Let's make first contact, speedrun an evacuation, and give the universe content it'll be reposting for millennia. It's time to show everyone why humanity is the ultimate influencer in the cosmic social network." As the airlock hissed open, revealing a world both alien and doomed, Samantha took the first step onto soil no human had ever touched. Behind her, Earth's finest prepared to pull off the greatest collab in history. The universe held its breath, hit the subscribe button, and waited to see what would happen next. The Great Galactic Collab. As Samantha's boot touched the alien soil, a tremor ran through the ground that had nothing to do with the planet's impending doom. The air shimmered with particulates that looked like glitter mixed with radiation, creating an atmosphere that was equal parts beautiful and terrifying. "Houston, we have touchdown," Samantha quipped, her voice carried across light years to the eager ears of humanity. "And let me tell you, this place is serving looks that would break the Met Gala." The alien landscape before them was a mad scientist's fever dream brought to life. Flora that seemed to be half plant, half circuit board dotted the landscape. In the distance, structures that defied Euclidean geometry reached towards a sky that couldn't decide what color it wanted to be. And then they appeared. The natives of this dying world emerged from their mind-bending structures, their forms a trippy mashup of cephalopod and crystal. They moved with a grace that made interpretive dancers look clumsy, their bodies refracting light in ways that would make any Instagram filter jealous. Greetings, space influencers, the lead alien transmitted directly into the humans' minds, its thoughts flavored with a mix of hope and skepticism. We appreciate you sliding into our planetary DMs, but we're kind of in the middle of an apocalypse here. What's your angle? Captain Ramirez stepped forward, his usual stoic demeanor cracking to reveal a grin that could launch 1,000 memes. We're here to collar on the greatest evacuation project the universe has ever seen. Earth is about to drop the hottest rescue mission, and you're all invited. The aliens' crystalline bodies vibrated in what might have been laughter or seizures. A whole species crossing the cosmos to save another they've never met. That's some next-level chaotic good energy right there. Zoe, already live-streaming the encounter to an Earth that was collectively losing its mind, chimed in. Oh honey, you haven't seen anything yet. We're about to turn your apocalypse into the most epic save video of all time. As if on cue, the ground beneath them lurched, a not-so-subtle reminder that the clock was ticking faster than a viral TikTok challenge. Samantha's expression hardened into one of determination that would make any protagonist proud. All right, team, let's speed run this evac like we're trying to break the Kessel Run record. Dr. Okafor, start prepping the quantum fold drive for maximum passenger capacity. Dr. Tanaka, begin adaptation protocols. We need to make sure our new friends here can survive the trip and life on New Terra. As the human team sprang into action with an efficiency that would put ant colonies to shame, the aliens watched in awe. You're really doing this, the lead alien transmitted, its thoughts tinged with a hope that felt almost foreign. But why? What's in it for you? Samantha paused in her frantic coordination, turning to face the alien with a smile that could outshine supernova. Because this is who we are. Humanity's superpower isn't our tech or our brains, it's our ability to care about others, even those different from us. We're the universe's ultimate allies, and we're here to prove it. The alien's crystalline form shimmered with an emotion that defied translation. Then we accept your alliance, humans of Earth. Let the greatest collab in cosmic history begin. What followed was a montage of activity that would put any heist movie to shame. Humans and aliens working side by side, overcoming language barriers, physics challenges, and the occasional eldritch horror that lurked in the planet's depths. Engineers jury-rigged evacuation ships with a speed that would make chop-shop mechanics weep with joy. Xenobiologists created adaptation chambers that looked like disco balls met hyperbaric chambers. And through it all, Zoe's low-string captured every moment, turning the rescue into a global event that had Earth's population more united than any cat video ever could. As the last group of aliens boarded the fleet, their dying world groaning beneath them like a final encore, Samantha looked out over the sea of humans and aliens working together. In that moment, she realized they had done more than save a species. They had proven that humanity's place in the universe was as the ultimate unifier. All right, folks, she announced, her voice carried across the fleet. Let's blow this popsicle stand and show the cosmos what happens when you mess with Earth's new besties. As the quantum fold drives hummed to life, preparing to tear a hole in reality itself, the combined fleet of human and alien ships rose into the turbulent sky. Behind them, a planet died, its death throws a light show that would put any EDM festival to shame. But in the face of that destruction, a new hope was born. A hope that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of what it meant to be truly advanced. As they prepared to make the jump that would once again defy the laws of physics, Samantha couldn't help but smile. They had come seeking to prove humanity's worth, and in doing so, They had not only saved a civilization, but forged an alliance that would echo across the stars. The universe, it seemed, wasn't ready for humanity's brand of chaotic good. But ready or not, here they came.